Well, typically the way I start out podcasts is by asking, who are you? What do you do? Where are you from? Tell me about yourself. But in this case, I think most of my audience probably knows who you are already. But I did want to just ask you, how would you introduce yourself to someone who had never heard of you before?
What a great question, Nate. You know, most people live by perceptions. So I've got all kind of perceptions. But I will say this. I'm an ordinary man who God has allowed to do extraordinary things.
Wow. It's a very humble thing to say.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And he still allows me to do it. I think oftentimes because he just wants to show off through my life. Where he'll give me the credit for obeying him, but he gets all the glory.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt of that. In my life or my wife's and what we do. And, you know, now people know us out there for the world's fastest Guinness World. It's over 1 billion views. We get recognized around that. I'm like, okay.
Was that your first time where you were kind of like launched into the
spotlight?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it took 12 years before it to catch.
Okay, really? So that video was up for a while?
It was up for a good long while.
Interesting.
And then it just, the first one we ever recorded was me in a youth prison with my bride filming me on a flip phone. Had a gang member stand up, hold a training weapon.
Yeah.
Full weighted, and I looked at him and said, so, if I can get that gun from you before you can pull the trigger, would y'all listen to me? And they're all laughing.
Yeah.
And he pulled the hammer back, put his finger on the trigger, and he said, there ain't no way. So when I snatched it from him and had it pointed back in the magazine out, he was pulling his finger in the air. In the air. Yeah, and it's pointed back at him. He starts cussing and laughing. He's embarrassed. The crowds in this youth prison was going crazy.
Yeah.
And it was that one that took, I don't know, years for it to, it was on social media, but then it.
That's interesting. Do you have any idea what sparked it? Like what would have made that happen 12 years later? Do you have no idea where that came from, huh?
I can give you a spiritual one.
Well,
yeah. Not very spiritual, but I think God protected me from the notoriety.
Until you were ready.
Until I was ready. Because the last thing you want is to be in a position or a lane or doing something because you really want to do it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad we waited. God, it was perfect timing.
Yeah. Well, I do want to jump right into the red meat here. So you've obviously caused a lot of stir in the media, and your campaign's gotten a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Anytime you do something important, in my opinion, I think it comes with, I think there's a spiritual aspect, there's some spiritual warfare to it, and I think just, if you're doing something important, you're going to have critics, you're going to have accusers, you're going to have rumors started about you, whether true or false, or maybe there's a tiny shred of truth and it gets blown out of proportion or whatever it is. But I had seen some, I just want to give you a chance to address any criticism just right away, and then we can talk about other things. But I had seen some Facebook posts saying, I just want to give you the worst of it and you can respond however you like. Someone said you're a con artist, that you had plagiarized J.D. Vance's Hillbilly Elegy book, that you Stolen Valor was some random person's account that I saw. Obviously, people can say whatever they want, whether it's true or false, I don't know. But I want to give you a chance to address those kind of rumors.
Yeah. Which one of those is the biggest concern to you?
It's a good question. I wouldn't say I'm concerned. I would lean more towards giving you the benefit of the doubt. You seem like a very good man. You've obviously have a long track record, history that people can look into behind you. I think you're a generally truthful person myself. I guess the Stolen Valor, if I had to choose one, would be the biggest concern, but I don't even know where that accusation comes from.
Well, there are others that are much greater than those.
Okay.
And the list keeps getting bigger and bigger. So let's start with the Stolen Valor. There's nothing anywhere that I've written or said that is contrary to my serviceman's record book, including my DD-214, where I served in the United States Marine Corps from 1983 to 86. I served underneath President Ronald Reagan, As a matter of fact, I was just looking at it today, and I have no claims of exploits or special operations. Now, some people will tell me, you know, I was this and that, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's just a Marine.
Yeah. So why are people saying that? I don't get it. Like, what are they just taking something and running with it, or it just doesn't make sense to me?
Yeah, I think people say certain things for different reasons. Some people, candidates, you've interviewed a number of candidates, and I like them all, every one of them. Somebody said, oh, that's your enemies? I'm like, what? They're not even my opponents.
Yeah.
They're colleagues. We're all in this to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Is to see our state get, you know, right-sided.
Thank you
From this
for saying that.
horrible, moral, I would say deliberate poor leadership and the destruction. So we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And heck, let's see, one of them called me the night before I was announcing my candidacy. You interviewed him, and he's like, Victor, don't do this. I'm like, well, why? And he was like, there was a sense of urgency. I'm like, do you know? Because I've spoken at his church before, and I'm like, is there something I need to know? Because Charlie had been, you know, it was just killed. I'm like, is somebody gonna shoot me, try to take me out? He goes, no. He goes, I want you to be my lieutenant governor. And I said, thank you. Well, what an honor that you'd even consider me for that. I said, but I can't. He goes, why not? I said, well, you can't win. You can't win the general election. You're great at what you do. I respect you. I said, but man, you can't win that one. So why would I? It would defeat the purpose.
Right.
He didn't push back. And he's just like, well, you know, what you're getting into is thanks. Then I had another candidate tell me in person, I don't really know you that well. I've heard some things, but you catch me as the type of person that would be a great senator. Would you consider running for senator?
Yeah.
And I said, no.
Yeah.
But thanks.
Sounds like they're nicely trying to get you out of the race.
They are. So that's one of the reasons I think some rumors would start is if somebody's fearful of them not being able to accomplish what they're going after.
It hurts their chances, yeah.
Yeah, which, again, I don't mind. Everybody's been kind to me, to my face. Most are.
Good.
And
isn't that interesting how the online world just is so different than reality? You know, you shake someone's hand in real life, they're always gonna smile and be like, "Oh yeah, I like you. You're a great guy." And then online, they're like, "Oh my God, this guy's freaking whatever."
Yeah, I've never really had anybody do that to me after they met me.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
And I've had them do it before.
Yeah.
One fellow, I called him out on some things he needed to be. He was very not good to a certain female. And he was a national figure.
Yeah.
And I called him out, and I told people I wouldn't trust him. A few more things. And I'm not big on gaslighting people, but nobody would call him out, and I did. And at the end of it, I just said, hey, sir, if you have a problem with this, you come visit me. I'll buy you the first cup of coffee. Do you know he called me the next day? He said, I'm flying out. And he did. He flew out because the weight of my words was so impactful.
Yeah.
It was instantly affecting him. His business, his reputation. And when he came out, I told one of my team guys, I was like, he's a big old boy. We better you better stay around in case he comes at me. That's a whole lot of dude right there.
Yeah.
He came in, sat at my table for coffee, and said, I've been wanting to talk to you anyway. I said, okay. He goes, now I wasn't lathered up, because I don't much worry about people. But he goes, my life's messed up.
Yeah.
Everything you said is true. He said, but I heard you pray for people. Can you pray for me? Now I was shocked. I didn't see that coming. I ended up praying for him. But the guy was snot crying right at my table. And we're friends to this day.
Yeah.
To this day, he says, man, that was a moment of time.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm glad he didn't swing at me.
Yeah.
But people repeat things they see online. Of course, everything's true on the internet. And I mean, I found out yesterday I murdered someone.
Oh.
I was in prison at the UAE.
Okay.
For 7 years. I thought to myself, first of all, if you murder someone around Dubai and the UAE, you ain't getting out of prison, I can tell you right now.
Yeah.
So the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
Which there's a couple of different people that respond. You, normal question. Wow. Because if you read it or hear it,
Yeah.
it causes questions.
Yeah.
Some people, they'll just fuel it. And you tell them the truth, they don't even care.
Yeah.
So you're not going to change their mind. So yeah, some of the...
I'm always skeptical of rumors, by the way. First of all, I've been personally...
There.
Yes.
There.
That's
Yeah.
why. And also my family, too. Like, people make up stuff, especially when you're doing things that are important.
Good stuff.
Yes.
I mean, your dad was senior pastor of this Res church. Mm-hmm. How long was he the pastor?
15 years.
You seen him and your mama take some horrible hits.
Yeah.
And so yeah, this is when I know when they go, hey, did you hear about? I say this when they're talking about pastors. Did you hear about brother so and so? I go, oh my gosh, no. I got his number. Let's call him because man, he needs to know. Dude. And people are like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm like, we're such a pie hole.
Thank you for saying that, because the first person you should talk to when you hear a crazy rumor, like, yes. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
why would you just take that and run?
And even Christians are pretty good about, we should pray. Let's all pray for this sinner who's committing adulteries is what I heard, And it's like...
Right. Yeah, pray for your leaders.
Yeah.
Pray that he wouldn't be such a piece of crap.
Yeah, this guy. May the wrath of God. So I do think that when you're in a position like I am now, we have 3 million followers on social media. There's a movie, a couple of books out, and we've done some extraordinary things. You can't always answer the one person that's asking. Especially now in this political climate. Man, I have people saying, what about that? I'm like, I'll get 1,000 of those in a day. Of people asking questions and wanting on all our platforms, and I just can't. So what we're doing is, even as we speak, today it's supposed to go up. It's our initial Victor Marx Debunked page.
Good.
To list out all the accusations or rumors swirling. Yeah. And then say what's true. Now, so the stolen valor, that there is no stolen valor. I'm serving the Marine Corps. I've never had to pull out my DD-214 for anyone. There was never a need. But I've had men show me theirs when I put teams together to do work in high-risk environments. Somebody goes, I was a Green Beret, or I served, at a special missions unit. I'm like, okay, let me make some phone calls to cross-check, and could I get your DD-214? And men that don't produce them, I just go, well, okay, we appreciate you. Yeah. So, proof's in the pudding.
Well, you different topic here. You had mentioned briefly about Charlie Kirk, and maybe there was a concern that you would be under attack or under threat or something like that. What was your connection to Charlie Kirk, and what role did you play in his life?
So I'm still not good talking about it. I apologize for a second. Charlie was he was someone we loved. Our family was close to him and Erica, and then the children when they had them. I was introduced to him after an event we spoke at, and my son ended up being his assistant. And like most young men who I'm spending time with, he considered me a mentor. He asked me to mentor him. We're on a plane. And Frank Sontag, who's a broadcaster, he just sent me a video. he was like, I remember that plane ride, because it was a private jet, and Charlie asked me to go to a few events with him. And when we're loading up, he came and he said, Victor, can I sit next to you? I remember looking at him going, Charlie, it's your jet. You can sit anywhere you want. He sits down and we start talking, and he just said, would you mentor me? And I said, well, what does that mean to you? Because there's whole different versions of what a mentor is. And his ability to communicate and dialogue with people, that's not the way he wanted me to be a mentor. He had much greater men. And I think it was, he just said, I'm sorry. But I grieve and stuff, that's a sacred thing, ain't it? He just said, I can tell you anything I can tell you anything I want. I know you won't judge me and you help me.
Wow.
It's just about life. So I said, well, of course, Charlie. I said, mentoring is nothing more than friendship, or someone to tell you where your blind spots are and how to help you get through it. So, we were just texting Erica last week, and I've had people ask me, why weren't you up on the platform at the memorial if you were so close or whatever? I'm like, so I didn't need to. There were people closer to him than me. His parents, other people that loved him. That was a specific thing.
That's a pretty gross thing to say to somebody
It's
after
horrible.
they just lost a friend. Yeah,
it's horrible. And then I had someone else like, I didn't see you at the memorial. I said, yeah, we didn't go. I'm like, why? I go, well, we were in Phoenix, but we had been there the week with Erica helping out on some things, and I'm like, before they had the memorials in the funeral home holding his hand, just bringing closure for us. I didn't need to go to any memorial. I'm glad they had it. I'm glad he was honored. But that's, people can read the foreword in my book he wrote if they want to know how he thought about me. But there are some things they're just not worth answering. And when people say he wasn't a mentor to Charlie Kirk, I just go, okay. There's no way I'll get down in somebody's sandbox.
Yeah, because then you're put in a position of having to like prove yourself and defend. Yeah,
it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's yeah. So, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know it's kind of an emotional topic for you, but I did want to ask though about the kind of conflicting reports and stuff that happened in that situation. By the way, if you don't want to talk about this, that's totally fine. But do you buy the official story of everything? What do you think happened?
I don't like speculating, because in what we do and done for a long time, speculation can lead to very bad decisions. I like to base everything I know on facts. We call it thick data in the intelligence community and operationally versus thin data, meaning somebody goes, well, overseas, those Arabs, those Muslims, they're trying to, rah, rah. And I go, so where have you been? Have you ever had a Muslim in your home? Had dinner?
Yeah.
Have you spoke? That's thick data. So I'm a thick data person.
Are you saying thick?
Thick.
Thick, okay.
Yeah, so I would say this, even just one thing that is factual, and there's a lot, but I don't believe the fella, if in fact he was the shooter, which he's only the alleged shooter legally until he's proven guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt. But there's a lot of things that have happened. I don't believe for one instance he would be a lone actor. There's no way. Second, I know the security guys. I call one right after. I text him after the incident. Little time passed. I know what he's. I just said, "Where's your mind? Tell me where your mind is right now." And then Frank Turek, the one who's touching his cap, called him, and he got very emotional on the phone. And if you've held dead or dying men, it does a thing to you. Unlike what a lot of people talk about. And there are some oddly curious things. The main one I'll just say is why did they absolutely change the crime scene? Why did they? I mean, how could you go that fast to change?
Didn't they lay some sort of brick foundation or something there?
Yeah, they wiped out all possibility of evidence.
Yeah. Their story is that it was like a memorial, that they wanted to memorialize.
To do something like that at a university level, you're going to have to get approval from the board budget. It wouldn't be they did it like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of curious things.
Yeah.
And
what do you think about the direction that Candace Owens has taken all this?
Yeah, Candace did a story on me and my wife one time, recording Justin Bieber. And I know, of all things, it was about prayer. And I remember it was positive about us. So I've tracked with her a little bit. This is what I would say about Candace. And I don't know her. People react differently with grief. I mean, you just saw me getting emotional.
Yeah.
I believe that Candace loved Charlie and that she loves Erica. I believe they were close. If I was going to talk from a trauma specialist point of view, I think that she may be dealing with a level of grief. And there are different stages, and she's in the angry stage. She wants to know who really killed Charlie, how many people are involved, the cover-up. And when anger, Bible says be angry, but don't sin. But when anger turns into bitterness, then you give a foothold for the enemy. And I just, I think she's just going for it. So I just tell people to pray for her.
Yeah.
It won't last. It won't last.
Yeah. So I do want to bring it back to the Colorado level real fast. So everyone says Colorado's a blue state, man. So do you have a chance? How do you turn this? How do you freaking steer the Titanic in the opposite direction,
Well, as far as me, I have a lifetime of doing what people say can't be done. So to me, this isn't some monumental task. For me, I told somebody earlier, it just feels like another Tuesday. If you're getting an assignment for Mission Direct and you pray about it and you put it together a team, and you go, well, what does it take to execute? Now I'm doing it different.
Yeah.
But it can be done. And the whole state is not blue.
Yeah.
There are pockets that I believe was done in what I would call an insurgency. Military. It was a very well-funded, well-structured, organized, strategic insurgency.
The blueprint.
It was the blueprint.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain heist. This isn't speculation or conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's fact. And they talk about it.
Yeah.
They're not hiding it. What they did is they caught conservatives off guard. And then conservatism, the downside of it, Republicans can become apathetic and lazy as long as their little circle is good.
Yeah.
Now, I think the next level, and will be the biggest challenge won't be beating Democrats, honestly, because one, I know I can get the Republican consensus and vote.
Yeah.
I can absolutely get the independents because I think like an independent.
Okay.
And I believe my life is a testimony of a man who's not good, is not nice, but I'm kind.
Yes, there's a difference.
There's a difference. and I've told people, you don't have to vote for me, you don't have to like me, but don't get in my way to the seat. Don't do bad things to try to stop me
Yeah.
from what I know is God's will. So the hardest thing is going to be pulling the Republican Party together.
Okay.
The first political event my wife and I went to was a Central State Committee meeting, and we have no background in politics.
Yeah.
I mean, we love the process, we support, I've endorsed candidates, but to step into this,
Yeah.
I'm not a politician. And Sheriff Raines told me last night on a radio interview, he goes, well, you are now, you're a politician now. And I said, no, sir, I'm a leader
Yeah.
that has entered into politics, but I'll never be a politician.
There you go.
He got quiet for a moment. And he goes, okay, gotcha. So
I like that guy, by the way. He's been
I do too.
He's been on the show too.
I do too. I told him I look forward, when I'm governor, bringing him and some other men that I respect, and law enforcement in and go, all right, gents,
Yeah.
how do we do it better, quickly,
Yeah.
and let law enforcement officers be law enforcement?
Yeah. I just feel, okay, I saw your initial campaign announcement. I was just scrolling through Instagram, and I see this like announcement that says Victor Marx for Colorado, and I'm like, I know all the candidates. I'm like,
Right.
how have I, like, where's this guy coming from? And but it just, like, first of all, whoever did your video did a great job. Like, just the announcment video alone was very.
Oh, thank you. We've got some phenomenal young men
Yeah.
who can make some baller videos.
Yeah. Well, they did a great job. But it just feels like there's so much energy behind it. You got Lauren Boebert, you got, freaking Broncos players behind you or something.
Yeah.
But it's really exciting because it actually feels like there's a chance here.
There. See?
There's some hope. Let's go.
That's it. And that's what people tell me. Who told me the other day, he goes, you do know there's this energy about you and this campaign? I go,
Yeah.
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 And he goes, do you know what it is? I go, God.
Yeah.
I really don't have any other explanation. I believe we're in God's will.
Yeah.
It requires two things to get it done. Well, a few, but one is we have to bring the Republican Party together.
Yes.
And I'm going to do that.
I think once you win the nomination, that won't be a problem.
I don't either. But we got to get there. Two, we got to energize the Republican Party. It's happening already. Thousands of people are contacting us going, I haven't voted in years.
Yeah.
I've never given a donation. Within 3 weeks, we had received donations from every county here in Colorado.
Wow.
That had not
That's
been
a big
done.
deal.
Yeah, it had not been. I'm like, okay. I'm asking our team, is that good? They're like, we have like 1,000 volunteers already.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just.
It's a ground game is what it is.
It's a ground game.
Yeah.
But it's just what you said. There's this, when you've lost for so long, I don't blame people for not voting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've lived here, this is my second time I live in Colorado since 2014. I've seen it. I've seen the apathy. It's like, I lived here back in 2001.
Yeah.
When you could have bought a house. The average person, my kids could have bought a home, right?
Yeah.
And now it's so unaffordable. Crime is up.
Yeah.
I mean, we know what the problems are. That just like my announcement. I said, I'm not here to make campaign promises. Somebody's like, but tell me your policy. Tell me what your. I'm like, by the time the primary is here, all the candidates, we're only going to be separated from a few degrees.
Right.
We all know what the problem is, but nothing can be done. And I want to say this loud and clear. Nothing can be done until the governor's seat is won.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to over-focus on policy and strategy. It's like, hey, there's only one thing that has to be done. We got to win. And that's where I've politely told my colleagues, the fellow candidates, I'm like, let's just be honest. None of you can win the general. None. I can go down the line. And I've had some ask me, why can you? I go, because the RNC chair, the head of the Republican National Party, Joe told me, he goes, if you want to win, you got to raise $25 to $30 million. I said, okay, we can do that. And I'm proving it now by we're leading outraised everybody so far like that. And we haven't even launched a full fundraising.
Yeah.
We haven't. This is just people from around the nation in Colorado just sending in small gifts. Largest gift was like $115. So it shows people behind it. Second, I can unite the party. Why? Because I'm an outsider. I don't fall in. I'm bipartisan in the Republican Party.
Yeah.
The two factions, and they believe me. People are latching on to me in the nicest ways, and I'm like, I have one mission: it's to win the governor's seat. We got to bring y'all together. So Hatfields and McCoys, put your muskets down and your, hey, we need 12 months of fighting together for common good.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, and then energize them. We're energizing people.
Yeah.
Just like you just got. Your body posture is like, this is actually helpful.
Yes.
And I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
But I do believe it's a move of God. Do you know my wife started a prayer thing? 6:50 every morning for 10 minutes, a Zoom call.
Okay.
All around the nation, here in Colorado, people get in and they pray for the campaign.
Yeah.
7 days a week. That's our secret sauce, people praying. Because, look, it's not about Republican and Democrat. That's a political manifestation.
Yeah.
It's not about the independents. It's just about people. Well, we're all Coloradans.
Yeah.
We just want common sense, safety, affordability. I mean,
I wanted to ask you, so I think all the ingredients are there, but the hurdle that causes Republicans to stumble is election integrity. Do you think that we can have a fair election in Colorado? Do you think it will be fair? Are you concerned?
That is a great question. One, I'm not concerned.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be fair.
Have you been concerned in the past?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh. Like anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm like,
how would you tighten up the election laws, and why do you think it'll be fair this time around?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. Is the game plan that the Democrats have used for a lack of integrity, they're exposed.
Yeah.
It's on our microphone.
Okay.
I mean, a microscope there.
Yeah.
People, they can't just do what they've done in the past.
Right. I'm thinking Jenna Griswold right now.
Yeah. We're all eyes on her. All eyes on the count, right?
A lot of scrutiny, for sure.
A lot of scrutiny. Whereas before, it was kind of a malaise of like, well, it's voting. It'll be fair. Second thing is, it comes very close and personal to me. My son who lives in California, he figured out how Democrats were cheating. And it was through very unchecked voter rolls. And he would go to each county in Colorado and say, I'd like to see your voter rolls. It's a public. They wouldn't give it to him.
Really?
Nope. So he started suing them. And he's won everything he's done.
Good.
They went from finding about 4 million voter rolls that people shouldn't be. They moved, they're dead. And he's cleared them down. I think he's cleared them down to a couple of million. He's taken off. And I said, son, would you do an assessment here in Colorado? He said, yes. So he did an assessment. There's about 400,000 total in Colorado that need to be removed.
Okay.
And we're working on that right now.
Yeah.
And the Attorney General of the United States is quite aware of it, and they're actually very involved.
Okay, good.
So remember, Heidi lost by about 400,000 votes last time.
That changes the election right there.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
So I'm highly motivated, and what I would like to see is the Republican Party come together sooner rather than later.
Yes.
We don't have to wait till the primary.
There's so much infighting. I don't understand it. I get it's a primary process right now, but it's like, guys, come on.
Well, here's the one question you just have to ask: can you win the general? Can you raise 25 to 30 million? If you can't, you're not going to win. There's no way.
Yeah.
It's in the last 50 years. All but 2 governors that have won because they had raised the most money. Come on, it's common sense.
Yeah.
There are people who are good legislators, good senators, good people that we need in our government, but it's a significant jump to that governor's seat when it comes time for election. Do I think some of them could do a great job? Absolutely. I've said a couple of the candidates could do better than me. Openly in front of them. But I've said the problem is they can't win the general. And that is a problem.
Yeah.
If we don't win, all of this is moot.
Yeah.
When we were at that state committee central, about 2 hours into it, this is our first view of politics in Colorado, like how the sausage is made. My bride looked at me, Nate, and goes, honey, we should probably leave. The fighting, the dysfunction it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there praying, Lord, you want me to enter this mess? This is, one, not only do I think so many people just in their flesh, the loss of civility, maturity, it's dysfunctional.
Yeah.
I believe, and I'm going to say this for your folks, I believe there are actually Democratic operatives that have been placed inside the Republican Party.
Really?
I do. Because one thing I've studied is insurgencies. I've had many years overseas working in and through and around it.
Yeah.
My team members are some of the most respected, decorated war fighters and intelligence folks. And they all agree. They're like, this isn't normal. When you have someone in the Republican Party that's not divided over certain issues, but is trying to cause dissension, to disrupt, to destroy any type of cohesiveness, that's a plant. That's an operative.
Yeah.
And I tell people, just watch who does it. Just watch.
Does anyone come to mind? I mean, you don't have to say any names.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Believe me, and I'm going to say this, I haven't told anybody this. You know how people have asked me, where are your policies? Where are you, there's a good majority of people that is an honest question. But I've told folks, the standard Republican playbook on how to win the governor's role or any big election, I'm not using.
Yeah. Well, it's clearly not been working in Colorado.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do you want me to adhere to something that doesn't work? And I'm going to say it because I can. I move in phases. Phase one is over.
Okay.
But phase one was for me to sit back, be quiet after I made an announcement, and see who I was a threat to. Because nefarious characters will float to the top.
What kind of characters?
Nefarious.
Nefarious, okay.
Yeah, they'll be loud, they'll be disruptive. Guess who attacked me 2 weeks into it? Bennett.
Really?
Has he attacked anybody else?
I don't think so.
No, sir.
You're seen as a threat.
I'm a threat. He put it in his newsletter. And he the best he could do was liken it to Victor Mark, the new candidate, believes there's spiritual warfare going on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You betcha. So, and then I've seen people on the Republican side. It's a small, very small group, but divisive, destructive, without any end goal. And I've watched them come up. I've watched them surface on social media. And, the one thing I will never do is lay my full strategy and
well, yeah, of course.
Won't do it.
No, that'd be stupid.
I will tell you, we're on target, and we keep names. We do backgrounds. We watch. We go, okay, because what we want to accomplish is a safer Colorado. Let law enforcement do what they're supposed to do. Yeah. Right. Let our economy get to a place where people can afford stuff.
Yes.
Roger, what were we talking about earlier in the car that made so much sense?
Affordability homes.
Yeah. I've got kids, I want to move here. They won't move here until it's a better economy.
Yeah.
And they got my grandkids, so I'm fighting for it. And I don't know if you heard, my daughter was sexually assaulted.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh my gosh.
Just a few months ago in Colorado Springs, in a nice area of town, in the middle of the day, in a parking lot.
Wow.
It was a 45-minute response time for law enforcement. And I'm not blaming them, but this is a result of horrible leadership and poor funding from the top all the way down.
Well, I just went to Denver a couple of weeks ago, and the amount of homeless people is insane. There was a guy, I went to the Brown Palace, okay, one of the nicer hotels in Denver. Okay. On the stairs of the Brown Palace, this homeless man is literally overdosing, convulsing on the stairs. I'm like, this is like supposed to be the nice part, and that's just crazy. But so we have about 1 or 2 more minutes left. I just wanted to ask just kind of a last kind of blanket question. I think what people are concerned about, primarily, obviously the economy goes without saying, but Transing their kids in public schools.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think people are wanting that.
Of course not.
And by the way, it's completely unpopular, even among Democrats.
Oh no, yeah. They took it too far.
Yeah. But I think people want to know, what is your stance on, transing the kids, abortion, illegal immigration, just kind of those basic things. And then I want to give
the
you
basics.
Yeah.
Yeah, the basics. I mean, I am a conservative.
Yeah.
Maybe a Western conservative. I won't wear a MAGA hat, although I've spoken at Mar-a-Lago, and I appreciate his leadership, and I thank God he's our president.
Yeah.
Illegal immigration or illegal immigrants, it says it in the word.
Yeah.
It's illegal. We just need to enforce it. And my wife and I, our teams, we've been on the Rio Grande when people are crossing over. And 2 reasons. One, to help children who had made a horrible journey. And I know they went through horrible things. And I welcomed them, pulling them out of the water, hugging them, and said, welcome to America. And I know what they went through. And same time, I put night vision on, clicked down, and caught men bringing kids in to traffic them.
Yeah.
Said, you're going to pay a huge price for this, which they did. Abortion, I mean, there's only life and death. I'm for life.
Yeah.
I would be the biggest hypocrite of saving, rescuing kids, and especially for my background, my mother, she could have aborted me the night she got pregnant. She told me my dad shoved rosary beads down her throat and put a pistol to her head, my biological father. And she could have justified.
Was he angry that she was pregnant?
He was angry for some things that didn't go well between them. So I'll never dishonor my mom. She's still alive.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a well individual. And I'm glad that she had me.
Yeah.
Had she not,
Yeah.
We wouldn't be sitting here.
That's right.
And 45,000 women and children that we've helped through trauma or relief or showing love to or even rescuing, well, we wouldn't be able to do that. So yeah, I'm for life.
How do we make sure that if your kid doesn't go to school, it's okay? So you're elected governor.
Yep.
You how do you prevent?
Which I will come back here and have a conversation
Okay,
with
good.
the governor.
Definitely happy to have you back on. But how do we prevent children from being brainwashed in public schools?
Yeah, parents are the key to this. Parents have to stand up. At Turning Point USA with Charlie, I was a contributor for a while, and we must stand up. I believe in less government. Government shouldn't raise our kids.
Yeah.
Parents should. So I believe in school vouchers. Let your children go
Yes.
where, let the parent decide.
Yeah. That seems to be the most obvious answer.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why why you wouldn't do that, frankly.
Because when you can choose and there's accountability, well, teachers with a perverted mindset of wanting to groom children, they'll be held accountable.
Yes, that obviously, but then also just the quality of education is going to increase. If you have competition, it's just like the private sector.
And I believe kids who live in 5 Points or in the hood should have a right to go to good schooling too.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't believe they should be penalized because they're poor.
Yes.
Because I was when I was a kid, and I thank God that.
That's a unifying message, by the way. Like, everyone can agree on that.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. So that's,
Well, I do got to go pick up my kids,
Okay.
but I want to give you a chance. Any final words? I want to give you a chance to shout out your social media, website, all that. So how can people donate or volunteer for you?
Well, I appreciate it. Let me ask you this. Do you personally, right now, in the conversation that we've had, do you think I can win?
I do. I actually do. Yeah.
And, everyone I sit down and talk to, they really come to that.
Yeah. By the way, I don't say that about everybody.
Well,
so
thank you. I know. I believe it's of God, and I want people to join. It's not an election. It has become a movement. And the stuff we started on, we'll have a page. It's all easy to see. It's debunked. Have I had a challenging past and childhood? Yeah, there's 2 books in a movie right now. I'm very transparent.
Yeah.
But I believe that if people go to our website, it's victor2026.com, and sign up, they can be part of our ground army. And if they can donate $5, $10, $50, whatever they can, it makes a difference. I mean, it really makes a difference.
Yeah.
And then most importantly, this is not a cliche. For people who believe in prayer, pray for us.
Yeah.
Because it's a battle every day, and I love it.
Yeah.
But again, shout out to my bride, my kids, my team, and folks who know and sense something's different.
Yeah.
And this is a window. And Charlie's wife, he lived it well. He was a dangerous gentleman.
Yeah.
And his
I hope
death,
we win Colorado for Charlie, man. Golly, that'd be so great. That'd be so
Erica
great.
looked right at me and said, he would want you to run, Victor.
Yeah.
Run and win. She goes, we'll support you.
Yeah.
It's the only time I got emotional.
Yeah.
Thank
Well, I
you.
appreciate your time. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you
We'll
as
do it
well.
again one of these